The UK's housing market is in trouble. Homeowners who were rushing to buy a house in the last few years, when prices were all-time high, are going to be in negative equity. In this video, I will explain how did we get here. The Bank of England made a massive mistake by failing to recognize the inflationary forces. I still remember them saying that inflation is temporary and things will go back to normal. But it did not happen. Call it Brexit, war on Ukraine, or COVID. Inflation is high and we are all paying for it. The markets are expecting the average mortgage rates to be over 6%. Things are so bad that the government's cost of borrowing, gilt yield, is now higher than it had been during Liz Truss's government. And that's the reason why she was made to leave the government. And unlike the US, which has a high percentage of mortgages outstanding on a fixed long-term contracts, UK has a much higher percentage of mortgages outstanding on variable rates or short-term fixed contracts. Some of those mortgages, which are currently fixed, are going to expire soon. Approximately 1.6 million households with fixed rate mortgages will expire next year. And households will have to agree a much higher rate when they're going to agree a new deal. So why the house price and the housing market hasn't crashed? It's because the wage growth is strong in the UK. It's a problem in itself because if the, it's called a wage price spiral. So if the wages go up, inflation follows and, you get into this sort of never ending cycle and things just get worse and worse for people. But the UK has avoided a recession. Unemployment is extremely low and people who have a fixed rate mortgages, they're not selling. I mean, why would you sell if you've locked in a low rate many years ago and the prices haven't fallen as much as people thought? The government and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, they've ruled out any government support. So they're not going to finance or pay for people's mortgages. But it's difficult to see how some households can continue to pay the higher interest rates. So it's obvious that people are going to lose houses and there is more pain for households and a mess for the government to handle.